all and welcome to Onesie wig reviews. So I decided to do some wig reviews because a few of you have requested that I give you a taster of some of the wigs that I've got, which I think you'll find quite useful. And I decided to do it in my onesie because, well, it's late at night and I can't be bothered to get dressed again. So there we go, onesie wig reviews. I'm going to start off with reviewing some wigs that I got from Shein. When I first got some wigs from Shein, they were absolutely awful. They had wefts coming away from them, they looked plasticky, they looked cheap and shiny, they were just not nice wigs. But over time, their wigs have improved and I've noticed a significant change. And they've even started doing some really good quality lace fronts. So I thought I'd give you a taster of what kind of wigs you can get from there and to the quality. We're just going to pop on the wig cap and we'll get going. So I've bought quite a few different wigs from there. Only a couple of the orders are here at the moment. I have got some more to come, but I thought I'd show you the ones that I do have. One of the things that I think you might find interesting is that if you look closely, although it's not advertised on there directly, some of their wigs are actually hair cube wigs. Now, I'll go into a better review about hair cube wigs in general at a later date, but they are known for being sort of quite good quality for the price. These ones arrived yesterday. This was advertised as being lace front, however it is not lace front at all. If you look at the front, it's just a hard front type wig. That being said, it is a really nice wig and I like how it looks on. I did know that it wasn't going to be lace front because in the advertisement for the wig, in the comment section where people can put their reviews on wigs, it did say from several people that they weren't lace front, so I did know that. But it does look quite pretty on and it doesn't look too terrible. Now, you can actually remove this hard front, which I'll show you how to do in a video, but the other thing, if you do have any sort of hair, is if you push it back a little bit and blend it with your own hair at the front a little, it does kind of look more natural anyway, and you can kind of get away with it. Now, in terms of quality, this wig is really quite soft. It doesn't seem to tangle. There is a little bit of shedding, which you can expect with cheaper wigs, but the colour mix is really pretty. It's got this beautiful balayage and these lovely waves to it, which I really like. And more importantly, it feels comfortable on. I think for the price, because I believe it was around about £11 in the sale, it's really reasonable. And so I wasn't disappointed. You could always wear it with a hat if you are worried about it looking fake, and as I say, there is a way to remove this hard front, which I will show you in another video. Now, the second one that I got turned out to be a hair cube wig, which I was really happy about. When I took it out of the bag, I noticed the hair cube logo on there, so I was quite excited. Now, with hair cube wigs in particular, and also generally wigs, I find that the fake fringes on them always come all the way down to here on me. I believe that's done on purpose so that when people get their wig, they can cut it to their own head shape and style, but it does mean that I have to do quite a lot of cutting to get it to look right. But other than that, the hair is always soft and they always have like this simulated fake scalp so that they look quite natural. I do like the fact that with this one, the fringe is darker than the rest of the hair, so it looks really pretty and natural. Now, one of the things that I wasn't too keen on with this wig was the fact that there's a gap in the fringe here, and I've tried to push it together but it doesn't stay together. Now, some people would argue that that looks more natural, but because of the type of wig it is with that blocky fringe, I wanted it to sit fully across. Now, there's two things I can do for that. I can either use some kind of holding product like a spray, or I could perhaps try and use a little bit of heat, because most of the hair cube wigs will take it, and just try and melt it closer together. But either way, I think for the price, which again it was roughly about £10, something like that, was really good. It was in the sale. Usually it would cost around about 15, but even so, for that price, it is an absolutely stunning wig and undetectable as a wig. It doesn't tangle. There is slight shedding. If I just gently pull the bottom like that, you will see that a little bit of hair comes off, but unless you're physically tugging at it to sort of pull that bit of hair off, most of the time it won't sort of drop as you're walking around. But that's probably because when you first get them, you're best to get a brush and sort of brush all that loose hair out. Well, say hair, synthetic hair out. But because I don't want to ruin the waves, I've just finger combed it, and that's why you can still see a little bit of it. But I think that's amazing value for quality. The cap's really nice on it too. It's just like your standard cap. The only downside to cheaper wigs is they don't have the combs inside that hold it into place. However, you can buy those combs on Amazon really cheaply and then just replace them yourself. This was the third one that I got from that lot. This is a beautiful sort of browny blonde wig, mainly brown, sort of an ashy colour. This was a lace front. I have cut the lace on mine so that it suits. The lace goes all the way to the parting. I believe they call it T-part. So it gives a natural scalp. The only thing I wasn't too keen on with this is it's not all the way down to the ears. The ear tabs are very, very small. So if you wanted to actually glue it down like some people like to, you might struggle. You could do it, but it'd take work. Whereas with some of them you've got more. However, it does come with pre-prepped baby hairs. There was some in the middle, but I've cut those off because they looked a bit ridiculous on me, to be honest. But there is some shorter baby hairs still here, which I just used my straighteners to tame because they were really curly and it didn't really suit the style on me. I know some people like them curly because they like to sort of curl them to the head and things like that, but it doesn't really suit me that way. But if you position it right, it's a really lovely wig. And the colour's quite stunning. It matches quite well with my own hair as well, so even if bits of my hair were to slip down, I don't think you'd notice it too much. This one, however, does come with the combs underneath to secure the wig, which you just use to hook up to keep it into position. And I believe there's one either side and one on the back as well. There's not one on the top of the head, but it's quite snug fit and can be adjusted, so I don't think you'd have too much of a problem with that. There is this beautiful colour mix. I don't know if you can see in the light that there's almost auburney sort of shades through it, so it's really, really pretty. It's a nice length and you don't really get any shedding, so that's good as well. It's not too overly thick as well. Sometimes these wigs can be so sort of heavy and thick, and no one's hair is really that thick, and so it looks a little bit unreal. There is a slight bit of tangling around the nape, but I always sort of thin mine out around that area so it doesn't cause too much of a problem. You could play around with these baby hairs if you wanted to make it look a bit more natural. But this one was, I believe, something like £26, which I think was really reasonable for the price. And so I've got to say that at the moment I am loving Shein wigs. I would say though to read the reviews, because they tend to give you an idea of how good the wig is. I did buy one the other day which was tragic. It was literally like melted plastic Barbie hair and it was not nice, and that one's gone back. However, it seems to be taking an awful long time for me to get the refund, which I'm not too impressed with. So I had another couple turn up in today's Shein order. First one was this one, and again turned out to be Hair Cube, which I was quite surprised. Now on the website this one looked like it was grey fading into a lighter shade of grey-white. So the colour was a little bit deceptive because it's actually blonde fading into a lighter blonde. Again, it's not got the proper lace front parting. I've not actually tried this on yet, so you'll be seeing this for the first time. And try and position it. See, it's a fairly nice wig, but I think that front really shows up as being cheap and plasticky. You can tell that that's not a proper hair part. On some of the quality ones of the Hair Cube you can tell the difference, and some of them just look like proper scalp. I mean, it's a beautiful colour and I love the fading ombre with it, so it's really pretty. But I would need to do something about this. So you'd either have to wear a hat with it. You can see clearly there that it's not a great hard front. But again, there's not a lot of shedding with it. It is a pretty colour. If you were wearing a hat with it, or even a hairband, if you had a band over your head there, you wouldn't really notice it. but like everything, you do get a mix of quality with them. The last one I've got to show you is this one here. This is another one of the lace fronts. This is what they call their 360 lace fronts. It goes sort of all the way down to there. But again, I don't think there's a great deal of tab there. But let's see what it looks like on. Again, this is the first time I'm trying it on. I obviously haven't cut the lace, but you can see on this where the baby hairs are, here and here, that's actually integrated into that lace there to give it a more natural hairline. They're all round here. I'll probably do what I did on my other wig and straighten those out. I'm just going to tuck this lace under so you'd see what it looked like without the lace. I'll cut it at some point in the future. But the hairline is really good on this one, especially with those little baby hairs. It does look quite realistic. As I say, I will be taming mine down a little bit. Again, it's not overly thick, so it's of a decent thickness. It doesn't seem to be one solid colour, so it's got darker roots and then sort of balayages into sort of browny, blondie shades. And I like the fact that it's straight, because a lot of the ones I've got are all wavy, so it's quite nice to have a straight wig for a change. There doesn't seem to be a lot of shedding with it as either, so that's always good as well. So I would say that this one's actually quite a good find, and again, this one was probably about £20, something like that. Now there are some that come with even better lace than these, but they are slightly more expensive. This is actually not far off my actual hair colour when it's not dyed. I mean, it's dyed very dark like the roots on this one at the moment, but when it's its own colour it is kind of this sort of shade, and so I'm quite happy with that. I've had one like this from a more expensive wig brand, and the price on that was something like £130. So that's a big difference to get something that's of equal quality. So it is definitely worth, in my opinion, getting some wigs from Shein. When the others come, I will review the others. I hope you found the video useful. If you have, please leave a like or put something in the comments and tune in for future videos. You can also use the little bell icon to alert you to new videos, and you can also subscribe. Thanks for watching.